Lit Gang, Spit It Out. Powered by Bitu, top one English speaking app.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Tea Time with Lit Gang. And in today's video, we're gonna have like another distance call. So the guest for today is Jennie, a moderator from Bitu, which is our golden sponsor. And of course, the topic today is got about love. And this girl and I, we have a lot of things in common when it comes to love. And if you want to discuss these similar topics, so you can download B2 app and access group talk feature, and there will be like a QR code somewhere in the screen on the screen for you to scan and download B2 app. And now without further ado, please welcome the moderator Jennie from B2. Okay, so thank you so much, Jennie, for accepting my invitation to be a part of today's Tea Time with Lit Gang. And actually that is tea time, but I forgot my tea again. Again.
Okay. I'm happy. It's an honor for me to be here.
Okay, so our topics for today, like I have just I sent you earlier, is about are you willing to enter a relationship with someone that is way better than you?
Yeah.
So, actually that before, this discussion, we had another discussion. And I think that we have some kind of mental connection because you chose the topic that I really want to talk about.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Me too. Because I actually find this topic so interesting since I've always been so interested in love-related issues, things like that, and I also want to share my opinion about this discussion as well.
Okay. Oh, but before that, could you please introduce a little bit by yourself to all of the viewers?
Yeah. Hi everyone, this is Jennie again, and I'm one of the moderators here in B2.
Actually, that the reason why I really want to discuss this topic with you. Do you remember that in the last time I talked to you, I told you that I'm currently seeing someone?
Oh yeah.
Yes. So we actually we had the thing, but
Okay.
so but my partner is really way smarter than me, better than me. Physically and mental and intellectually. So sometimes I feel a little bit pressured.
Really? I understand that. Yeah. Since I've been through such a situation as well in the past.
I think that both of us might share a little bit about our type, like the kind of our definition of an ideal lover, ideal boyfriend, girlfriend. Yeah. So how about you? Let's go with you first.
For me. All right. So I think actually talking about ideal lover, actually back when I was still younger, back when I was still in high school, young girls, they just want to have a handsome guys, and there's no exception for me as well. And I think I also been wanting at that moment, at that time, I always want to have a handsome boyfriend. Please.
You still now, right?
Until I reach 20. Not until I reach 20. Everything has changed. The way of, how I think. I'm not that superficial, I think, in those kinds of things. I have to be really mature in some ways. Because, I know physical appearance is important too. We cannot deny that fact as well, even though we say personality is what really matters the most. But the reality is people always look to the outer part first, right?
That is the very first impression.
Agreed. But to be honest, for me now, appearance is not everything. It's just a part, but it's not everything. So for me, I think my ideal type right now is someone who is, how can I say, busier than I am. Busier than me.
Why?
Yeah. So there's no time to cheat. To see another girl like that.
Wow, smart. You're really smart.
How about you?
Well, actually, that I'm on the same page because when I was like in high school or maybe like secondary school student, I always look for someone who at least that as have this. I don't want this as good looking as me. Yeah.
Same level of appearance.
Yes, yeah, same level of appearance. And another thing is that at that time, I didn't want to date someone who is superior to me. For example, in terms of academic performance. I don't know. For example, in my family, my dad has always been the one that smarter than my mom. And at that time, I was raised with the mindset of men should be like the breadwinner and some kind of the top of the family. So I think that I should find someone that is not as good as me. Now I think that like you, everything has changed, right? Yeah. So I am more because I do acknowledge my flaws. So I want to find someone that maybe smarter than me and know more than me, so I can learn from that person, from my partner.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a
Because I'm not really
yeah.
intellectually smart, so I need someone to fill up the void in here. Fill the void in here.
Aw.
When it comes to entering a relationship, there there will be many factors affecting our final decision. So what do you consider when you enter a relationship?
I consider, first of all, I always want to be in a relationship where, as a woman, I'm really practical. I want to feel secured. Secured, right? Not just financially or some stuff, but also emotionally. That I feel I want to, before I enter a relationship, I want to get to know this person more, and I want to see the potential that, for example, he can really stand his decision for me and all the things, just responsible like that. I want someone who's responsible and a man of words and also actions. Yeah. And you?
Well, I think that I also seek for the security, or maybe to be more specific, it means like a sense of family, sense of family. Yeah, because I'm a little bit superstitious, and I am a Cancer, so I care much about family and stuff. So I really hope that my partner would do the same. Of course, that not 24/7 being with me or something, but at least that my partner can give me that we can end up well, in a small family. Yeah.
That one as well. I agree to you. I also prefer someone who is family oriented.
Many days ago, my partner told me that actually that you're not my type, because I would never date someone who is not, because not really talented in quotation, but let's try it. And yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that? I don't know you heard about that.
Yeah, actually that I was a little bit sad, but I was a little bit sad because I know that I have to try a lot in order to catch up with my partner.
It's really sometimes hurting the fact that we have to reach someone's standard to feel like we are deserving for that person, right?
Yeah. So the problem is like sometimes I have to consider the benefit and the drawbacks of being with a person who is way smarter than you, who is way better than you. For example, like in my case, I think that the pros, the benefit is that I can learn a lot. Yeah. Can I learn a lot? That's it. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh, really? For me, I think there's a lot of things that we can really. I think for me, having someone who is, if you think that he or she is way better than you, I think it's good as well because. Yeah, just like what you said, we can get a lot of knowledge from that person. It might be she's well experienced than you, right? And you can ask for some tips from her, like that. That's really a good thing as well. But of course, there will be always drawbacks, as you said.
So what kind of drawbacks in your opinion?
For me, just like how you feel, I think it's really sad. But sometimes when we love a person, there's a thing that comes in our mind that I have to do better for her. I have to be the best. I have to be better for her, not for yourself, right? So it's like you're doing all your best for another person, not for yourself, which is really, I think it might be really effective for the meantime, but it won't last forever. Because if that person will leave you, technically you will go back to zero, right? All of the things that you gained will drain, just like that.
Many days ago, I watched a video on TikTok. It is from a Vietnamese kind of TikTok content creator. He said that when you are with someone who makes you feel pressured, that is the one you love. Yeah, and when you are with someone you feel comfortable with, that is someone who loves you. So my question is here. First of all, do you agree with that? That saying or not? And how can we balance with the comfort and the pressure in order to to make to reach the G spot of a relationship? Oh, what?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would agree, I think, because based on my own experience, just like you, I'm trying to reach that guy's standard, So because I know to myself that he's way out of my league, I'm going to catch up into his level. However, I know, even though I know that it's a lot of pressure for me to catch up for him. For me to be to deserve his heart, right? So I think it's a matter of taking the risks. If you're brave enough, I think it's really normal to feel pressure if you really love someone, because you're willing to do everything for that person, right? And also, if you feel comfortable, it might be because that person is doing the same thing as you do to that person.
Let's go back to the main topic, the question of today. Are you willing to enter a relationship with someone who is way better than you? But before, if you feel comfortable, because at the beginning of this discussion you said that you used to be in that kind of relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So how was it?
It's hard. I was so desperate.
Oh.
I've been so desperate, but at first, of course, I didn't realize it that I'm doing really the thing that for him, not for myself. It's like I'm changing myself not for my own benefit, but for him. So when he's gone, when I found out that he loved someone at that time, I felt like I don't know myself anymore. Because I'm changing myself without knowing that I am trying to change myself little by little for him. So at the moment, I was just, oh my gosh, what happened to me? Who am I? What am I doing this? Do I really love these changes, or do I just do these things for him? So I was lost at that moment. But then, of course, I took it as a lesson. And I think for me, it's better to stay who you are and be the best version of yourself, because the one will just come to you, and it might be real or true love. A right person will come to you, right?
Wow, that's deep. That's deep. Right person, right time, right? Yeah, but for example, a lot of, I don't know, in the Philippines, but for example, in my country, let's take my relatives as an example, because I have a sister. A lot of my relatives, they say that you shouldn't study too much, because it's really it is gonna you find it will be really hard for my sister to get a boyfriend or to get a husband because like we're Asian country, right? Some kind of old-fashioned conservative mindset, like as I have just like told you in the beginning of like the this discussion. When I see my dad, like he's here and my mom is a little bit down here. A lot of people say that women with high education are struggle to find a lover. Yeah, so that kind of mindset, like somehow they prevent women from like pursuing their educational like path, stuff like that. So what do you think? Because like enter a relationship with someone who is way better than you. So for example, like a man, he will feel like, oh my god, this girl is so much smarter than me, I shouldn't be with her, let's stay away from her, she's gonna be more dominant. Yeah, stuff like that.
I understand that way because actually it's somehow happening in my country as well. Like we believe, or people believe, that if a woman achieved a lot, achieved a lot for her career, I think there's a possibility that she also wants someone who's way more better than her, right? So it's a little bit pressure for some guys here. But I still believe to the power of love. Love is really different. I do believe to expect the unexpected. Unexpected things always happen. You cannot tell who you will fall in love with, right? So I always do believe in that because actually, like me right now, honestly speaking, I talk with a guy online, as I told you in the past, and now since we talk for maybe 1 month, 2 months already, and I get to know more about his career, and I felt like I'm belittling myself, but I also realized that I should be honest. That I have to accept the fact that he's really well. He has a lot of experience than I do, right? So I would rather take this as an advantage. Of course, I want to ask him a lot of things. Oh, what? And then if he shares it to me without any hesitation, and if I see that he's willing to help me with my career as well, I think it's gonna be a good match, and I would really love that. Right?
Yeah. Yes. I think that is like the kind of mindset that we all should embrace.
Because I saw some stories here in my country as well, and they went viral. Like a rich girl suddenly fell in love with a farmer.
Oh, like
and
in a movie.
Yeah, but it's really in real life, and at first I couldn't believe that. Oh my gosh, it's happening. It's happening. So it's like telling the world that no matter how different our life status are, I think when it comes to love, all of us are
Equal.
Equal.
Yeah.
Like that. So yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much for Jennie for for joining our discussion today. So what do you think? Actually, that I'm really happy to have another discussion with you, especially about love.
Me too as well. Actually, I just say what I want to say, but at first I don't know what's these questions. But I'm just curious about these topics. So yeah, I really love talking with you.
So I really hope that after this discussion today, you guys have your own answer whether or not you should enter a relationship with someone who is way smarter or better than you. Okay, and if you want more videos like this, please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as follow us on other social platforms including TikTok, Spotify, Facebook fan page, and now Tony and Lin Gag, we are out.
All English speaking of Lit Gang will be held on Bitu Group Talk feature, 100% free. To join us, download Bitu Let's Speak English app on Google Play or App Store. See ya!